Hey, Chet, hockey season's fast approaching, so perfect timing for you to go see Ray Diddy's new play Spinner at the Delaware Theatre last weekend. I'm anxious to hear about it since I asked you about it and you wouldn't tell me.
Yeah, I know you've been to the venue, Bill, the Delaware Theatre Company, a real cool place, and Spinner is definitely worth seeing. For those who missed Ray talking about it on our show in late August, it's the story of Brian Spinner Spencer, a former NHL player who had a decent 10-year career with 4 different teams, and his father, Roy, who loved his son but took to extremes in an effort to ensure that the CBC's Hockey Night in Canada carried Brian's second season debut one December night in 1970. Ray actually wrote about the tragic event at the time. If you don't know what happened, look it up. Yeah, he wrote about it for the Evening Bulletin right after it happened and decided all these years later to turn it into a play. Man, great move by Ray. As described on the Delaware Theatre Company's website about the play, Spinner is not just another sports story. It's a journey into the human spirit where determination collides with obsession. And the dreams we chase can either lift us to greatness or tear everything we love apart. Yeah, it's a powerful tale of sacrifice, family, and the lengths we'll go to make our dreams a reality, even when the cost is too high. All right, the cast is terrific. Some of the finest actors in the region, as Ray told us. Glenn Mack now has a videotaped cameo. If I had one complaint, it's maybe that it was too short, something I never say about movies these days. The actual play, directed smartly by Matt Silva, clocks in at only about an hour and a quarter, though every performance is followed by a Q&A with Ray and a wonderful guest or two. The night I saw it, the guests were Jimmy and Joe Watson, who played against Brian Spencer throughout the 1970s, including in the 1975 Stanley Cup Finals. It was an interesting discussion with the Watson brothers, giving their memories of Spinner Spencer and more. And now you have just a few more opportunities to see Spinner at Wilmington's Delaware Theatre Company, and you should. It runs through this Sunday, October 5th. The Watson brothers spent a good bit of that little panel discussion talking with Ray, not surprisingly, about the late, great Bernie Perrant, who himself had been the post-play guest on opening night a mere 4 days before he left us. Yeah, so Wednesday the 17th, Bernie Perrant was the talkback guest after the play. Here is Jim Watson talking about Bernie and how everybody associated with the Flyers and Philly area sports fans in general were saddened by the Bernie news.
And this guy was just an incredible ambassador for hockey. But I'd say for the whole region, everybody that knew Bernie loved Bernie. He always had a great disposition, always very friendly, always wanting to cut a joke and just make you feel good. And that's what Bernie's mission was, just trying to make people feel better.
Now, on a lighter note, Bill, Ray mentioned something that Bernie had said on that very theater stage on opening night, September 17th, regarding playing and beating the Sabres in the 1975 Cup Finals.
The Buffalo Sabres were a great team. I mean, we all know how good the Flyers were. They were the defending Cup champions, but the Buffalo Sabres were really good. And I was saying they had the guys that Jimmy was just talking about. They had Gilbert Perreault. They had René Robert. They had Danny Kerr. They had Rick Martin. They had all of those guys. And I said, that was like an all-star team. And Bernie was sitting here, and Bernie tapped me on the leg and reached for the microphone. And he said, yes, but we had the better goaltender.
That was great.
Yeah. Interesting, as Jimmy was talking in that little clip, Joe's face. Joe looked like he was ready to give it up right there.
Well, yeah, a little before that, Joe had talked about Bernie, of course, and how close a friendship they had. They were actually together Friday night, 2 days before Bernie passed, and they had made plans to have lunch together last Thursday, the day of the play. So, yeah, Joe got a little teary-eyed, not surprisingly.
Good stuff. Great that the play was good. Obviously, I'm not going to get to see it this time around. But
if anybody's in the area, in the Wilmington, Delaware area, it does run through Sunday. So there are shows Thursday night, Friday night, 2 on Saturday, and one on Sunday that's competing against an Eagles game, but I'm sure, some people will be there enjoying the finale for Spinner. Ray did a great job putting that together, and Matt Silva, the director. So, if you have an opportunity, go see Spinner.